So it is the NFL Scouting Combine week, and two NFL head coaches have shared some strong words on new Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. As you know, the Cowboys hired Brian Schottenheimer. Now we know about his final staff and everything. And it's been a controversial move. I'll give you that. I've been very critical of the Cowboys' process of landing Brian Schottenheimer. But if you're asking yourself, why are we still talking about it? Well, that's because it is Combine Week in Indianapolis. And that means coaches are being asked about everything. And I mean, not just about their own teams, but about other teams. And what happens in Indy is basically they hold these press conferences where beat reporters from every beat and national reporters will go to individual coaches and general managers conferences, and they'll ask them about everything that's going on around the league. And when you get a new Cowboys head coach in the mix, then you're going to be asked about it as long as you've worked with them. And I'll be honest, it's encouraging to hear how the NFL world talks about Schottenheimer. I'm not going to try to convince you to buy in or anything, but it's at least encouraging. And I'll give you the first quote from Pete Carroll right now, and then we'll get into Dan Quinn's, which carries a little bit more substance into it, and maybe it's the one that really should get you excited. But Pete Carroll, who is now set to head coach the Las Vegas Raiders, left no doubt. He believes Schottenheimer has been ready for years for this job. And his exact quote was, "He is ready. He's been waiting for this opportunity for a number of years. He has been ready for some time." But perhaps the best part about it is that Pete Carroll revealed that he actually reassured Brian and Jerry of this pairing when the hiring process was ongoing. Do you remember when reports emerged about the Cowboys reaching out to Pete Carroll? Well, it might have been just to further convince themselves of making Schottenheimer the head coach. Pete Carroll said, "I tried to reassure Brian because it sounded like he was really in the lead position to get that job, and I was trying to help Jerry feel good about it too because he was trying to get ready for it." Now, obviously, Carroll worked with Schottenheimer when Schottenheimer was the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks, but Dan Quinn also has worked with them, with the Dallas Cowboys when Quinn was defensive coordinator, and when they worked together in the New York Jets in the 2000s. Dan Quinn was the defensive line coach for the Jets in 2007 and 2008, and during that time, Schottenheimer surprised the current Washington Commanders head coach. And you know what? Let's actually hear Quinn, because our own Travis May from ADC Sports was boots on the ground recording video of this.
Yeah, I've got so much regard for Brian. So I actually worked with him years ago at the New York Jets, and it was then that I probably saw, how excellent he was. Both of us probably had a little less chrome and a little more juice on some things, but I knew then that he had rare things about him, and so it was an easy connection. Him going to Georgia, I had just done that at Florida. Like so many parallels that I've kept up with him through the years. Then to be, on the same staff with him for 2 years. He helped me a lot, first as, an analyst to help look ahead and find some things. And then also, obviously, and then when he switched back to coaching on offense. So he's going to do a fantastic job. He's got high-level coaching, high-level relatability. And when you put those two things together, that's a really rare combination. He's got them both.
The sticking point to me is high-level coaching, high-level relatability. That's why Dan Quinn believes that Brian Schottenheimer is going to be a good head coach at the next level. And I think it just furthers their narrative of Schottenheimer being a great guy that people can get behind. If you listen to people around the NFL discuss the hiring of Schottenheimer, they all point towards the same thing. It seems like Schottenheimer really is someone that people like being around with and like being led by. Now, again, I'm not here to tell you to buy into the Cowboys and be like, this is our year all over again, because there's a lot of concerns with this team, a lot. However, I will say it's not just words. Brian Schottenheimer has built a very solid coaching staff, including Clayton Adams. Londa Wells decided to stick in Dallas, even though he was being offered by other teams. Aaron Glett from the Jets tried to keep defensive line coach Aaron Whitecutton, but he decided to head over with Matt Eberflus and Schottenheimer in the Dallas Cowboys. And the staff overall has been praised around the league. So it's not just empty words so far for the new Cowboys head coach, and that's something to be excited about. So there you go. Have fun, Cowboys Nation. Let's see what Shotty does.